consciousness is welcoming everyone, uh, different parts of the nation and different part of the world. Thank you for being with us in this session. Thanks for joining with us. And as you know, this is the 10 days online course, online workshop, starting from today, that is 10th to 19th September, every day from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. IST. So I request everyone to be there at 7:50, before 6:55. And there are few instructions for all of us, because you have been spending.
You lost the sharing. Sharing is gone.
Okay. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah, there are few instructions which makes us to take up the session very effectively from both points of view, as a participant and as an organizer. One is that we have been spending nearly 10 days and approximately more than 2 hours in a day. So we always keep requesting every participant to prepare a notes on their own, in a specific, by taking a notebook and a pen, or using your smart device. But maintaining a notes will help you to gain or attain this knowledge in a better manner. And we request everyone to attend all the 10 days without fail, because all these sessions are interconnected. If you do not attend a day or a part of the session, then it will be very it will be bit difficult to you to connect to the previous concept, because these are interconnected and interrelated. So this is another request. Yeah, as I have been saying, from tomorrow onwards, please be there in the session before 6:50 and 6:55, so that anyhow we will start the session by 7:72. And every day we will send a few videos. It is not like homework; it's just like a reflection of the day, what we have done. So every day we will share few videos or few talks. So I request everyone to do with attentively, without skipping those, which definitely adds value to the session. And I think everyone is there in our WhatsApp group, because every detail will be posted in our WhatsApp group. So we request, if those who are not in the WhatsApp group but presented in the session, request kindly to join the WhatsApp group. We will post the link in the comments chat section. And another thing is, as you know, workshop will be from 6:50 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. It will be in English, and from 10th to 19th September. Adding to this, we have a discussion sessions every day evening 6 to 7. It will be in both Telugu and English in the same time. Parallelly, they will run. We have given a different links for Telugu people and who knows English and Telugu, and who only knows English. So there will be 2 sessions, parallel sessions, 6 to 7 a.m. In the main session, it will be difficult for us to take your many questions. But this is a discussion session. Is purely you can unmute your phone and you can ask any questions regarding the content discussed today, discussed that day. And the main request is that there are 3 main requests. One is mute your audio and mute your video. Still, I am able to see some few people's videos. Raju Karumuri, ADRMOBKN, Mokkapati Kumar Garu. So please mute your videos. How to mute your videos? I have given a link here. If you click on your screen, there will be 3 buttons. Left side button is a mic and right side button is a camera or video. If you click on that will become red. So red means you are in mute. So we request you to mute. Otherwise, it will be difficult. All the participants will see you. And thank you for being with us. With this, we have a small intro about what is CHDHC and how what are these brief evaluation activities of CHDHC. Our founder member Hari Kumar Garu, he is a faculty of NIT Warangal. He will take you into the session.
Thank you, Srinivas. Good morning, everyone. So welcome to the 8th batch of workshop on universal human values, which is based on the Jeevan Vidya content. So this session is being presented, like organized by the Center for Holistic Development of Human Consciousness, CHDHC. We call it CHDHC. Our website is chdhc.org. The idea of the CHDC is work for the inner development of the human being, right? There are efforts, there are systems, there are people who are working for the outer development, the societal development. So here we are focused on the inner development. The inner, when we say, it is the human consciousness development in a holistic manner. Hence, we call ourselves as Center for Holistic Development of Human Consciousness, that is CHDHC. So like all of you, so we have also attended this workshop on universal human values, or Jeevan Vidya we call it. These workshops are mainly face-to-face workshops, ranging from 1 day to up to 8 days. Introductory workshops last for actually entire 8 full days. So all of us, a group of friends, have attended this workshop at different point of time. Some of us attended 5 years back, some 10 years, 15 years, like that. And then we all felt that this is making a lot of sense to us, and we started implementing them, understanding very deeply, implementing them in our life. And then we can see that there's so much of difference, so much of improvement in us at individual level, even in the family and at my workplace. How much I'm able to achieve, inside and outside. And we naturally felt like sharing with and taking this to more and more people. And that's when we kept meeting in between during when we attend second time, third time, another workshop, and talking over phones. And then we felt like forming as a group and then doing these activities under a NGO in a little more organized manner. So that is when a group of 8 people. So in the 8 people, one Professor Pradeep, is the professor in IIIT Hyderabad. He's our mentor, and 7 of us, in which there are 2 professors, 3 software engineers, one is teacher educator, one is full-time social worker, and we have one doctor. So all of us came together and then formed this thing called CHDHC, which works under an NGO, which is a Hyderabad-based NGO. And our main activity is the dissemination, basically taking this content, this Jeevan Vidya, which we in English we call it universal human values content, to more and more people. Now that this is there for almost more than 4 decades now, in the country and all over the world, and it is made part of curriculums at school level, at college level, even by AICT adopted it. Many professional colleges have adopted it, and we as an NGO initiative, we are in fact helping schools, colleges, even AICT as an organization. We go them and facilitate these programs. So we have formed the CHDHC about more than 2 years back, and we have been having these face-to-face workshops till March, before this Corona thing has started. And during this, after the Corona started, so we have started conducting this online workshops in 10 days into every day, 1.5 kind of hours. We have been giving this workshop online mode. And this is the 8th batch. So far about 3,000 plus people have attended our workshops, and the experience has been very overwhelming and very satisfying. And the more details of what we are and how do we function and all these things, a formal presentation will make it towards the end of the workshop. So meanwhile, you can just check our website, which is chdhc.org. So what we do now is that it's important that we make note of few more things. So for that, we have invited 2 of our earlier participants. So we have gone through this content recently or the few years back and asked them to share their insights. So now I invite one of our earlier participants, Professor Shailaja ma'am, to share for just 2-3 minutes. Shailaja ma'am, are you there? Please
Yeah, Hari. Am I audible,
Yes,
Hari?
audible, ma'am. Please continue.
Yeah. Thank you, Hari, and thank you, Srinivas Garu, and thank you the whole team for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, actually, as Hari already mentioned, this universal human values component has been made compulsory in many of the universities, and likewise at NIT Warangal also we have taken it up. And as a part of this UHV, I was also deputed to go and have a training of this UHV. So that was my first attempt to listen to UHV, and then I just got connected. And through this CHDHC, I have been attending almost all the programs organized, and also the programs organized at Triple IT Hyderabad by Professor Pradeep Kumar. The change, what I could see in myself, I can say that, see, whatever confusions I had, like I was a very good student uh, during my student days, and whatever I did, I can say that, proudly say that I could achieve everything at the first instant, right? But after marriage, after having the kids, taking up this work on the life balance has become very, very tough. And a lot of confusions were in me. And I was really trying to get frustrated because I was unable to sort out those issues. So I was unable to think what is right, what is wrong. And finally, I used to think why I have opted for this job, why I have opted for these two roles of uh, taking uh, taking the responsibility of the family and then going out for working. So after attending this UHV sessions, I am all my. It's not that I was not very clear, but I had some clarity, but a lot of confusions were still existing. But I have been attending these sessions from 2017 onwards, and a lot of confusions were relieved. I can always say that attending these sessions with full commitment. So as Srinivas sir already mentioned, you please attend with utmost attention, and then do all the homeworks that are given. See, this content is first to be applied on ourselves. Not that, see, whenever we listen to this content, the first impression we get is that we know everything. So whatever people are going to talk here, we know everything. We are under the impression, but my sincere request to all of the participants who are attending for the first time is that please attend with utmost attention, and please try to understand for yourself first and apply for yourself. See, unless you practice these things, we are not in a position to tell others. And as I always believe, see, changing the other person is out of our bounds. It is not in our control. Controlling our thoughts, controlling my own behavior, controlling ourselves is what is in our hands. Okay, so once we start listening to this content, we feel that okay, I should go on first immediate target will be our life partner. Always we try to see all the negatives in them and we try to correct them. Okay, so my sincere request through this introduction is that I gained a lot of advantage. I gained a lot of satisfaction after attending these UHV sessions at Hyderabad as well as through CHDHC. And my sincere request to all of you is that you can definitely achieve if you attend all the sessions with utmost interest, utmost attention, not just like that. See, if because it is going online, we may be working. Especially, I find myself working, having a cell phone in my hand. So please don't do that. And if you really give a sincere attempt, definitely I feel that you are going to achieve and you are going to get all the things clarified, whatever you have been feeling. And definitely it will bring a balance. It will definitely improve your professional life as well as personal life. So this was my experience, and I feel I wish all of you a success after attending this program. And another request is to try to practice, not that listening and then applying on others will never work. Okay, thank you Srinivas Garu for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So the the takeaway point is to please attend sincerely. It's online. It's a little more challenging to attend very sincerely. Please make arrangements for yourself and attend. Thank you. So now I request one more of our earlier participants, Upendra Garu, to share.
Yeah, good morning. I'm audible. Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible, but there is some noise. You can start, I think.
I'm audible.
Yes, yes. Please continue. Please continue. Keep it brief.
Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this wonderful session. My name is Dr. Upender. I have more than 20 years of experience in IT industry. I'm working as a director technology and also work various countries. Thanks for giving an opportunity to share my experience. So, initially, I did not understand what is CHD all about it. So, definitely, you'll get a lot of confusion. What is a human engineering and other stuff? So, what is my takeaway? I have a lot of anxiety. I'm working very hard, and I want to do a lot of things. I don't know where I'm going, and after attending this session, you know yourself. Truly understand yourself in inner engineering because I'm an engineering student. We know only external engineering, but you never know about your internal engineering. I'll give a guarantee that everybody can get a transformation, but only the thing is you must take a notes regularly and every time. Not only for whenever faculty or whenever the speaker is talking, and also try to take a notes while conversation happening. There are many people have a lot of questions. Each question is a valid. We are not worried about is right or wrong. So that will give a lot of take away from the during the session. And I would request everyone should attend in the evening session. That is more in a Q&A, some kind of clarifications. Because initially 2 3 days definitely it's a little bit hard to understand because everything talking about you, not others. So far, what we are doing is the rest of the world. We never think about our internally, what we have inside. That will give a lot of trying to understand last 20 or 30 or whatever you have, but you're trying to understand yourself in depth. Definitely you get a pain, you may not understand few concept, but I would request each and every topic is very important. I try to understand the concept, the core concept that is more important. Then rest of them automatically you can build by your own, by analysis, by yourself, and understanding other people experience. I would request evening sessions is a must, and you will try to do maximum whatever you can do. And after these 10 days, you got one more opportunity, Sunday morning talks. And every day is 7 to 8 o'clock. Even I'm attending regularly Sunday also. They will give one topic, same topic. So that because after training 10 days, you are more motivated to understand yourself. But after that, if you don't maintain it properly, again, you'll go back to your original thought process. Again, you'll get original pains. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Srinivas, and thank you, Hari, and entire team. Really, I read a lot of management books and attend a lot of, YouTube channels or a couple of other sources. But after attending all these things, just attend this 10 days workshop. Truly, you will automatically transform yourself. Just listen it and try to apply step by step. Step by step. Whatever you apply, you get a pain, I'm sure. But once you overcome that, you will be relaxed and you will remove all your bottlenecks, mind blocks in your mind. Then automatically you free up and you get a new energy altogether and you can do wonders. And your surrounding people recognize you not by you, yourself. And definitely you can see new person, new version of yourself. Thank you giving an opportunity. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Upendra Garu. So all of us felt the same when we attended workshop. So in fact, it is so overwhelming. It is so transformative, the content, and from that feeling only we have started this CSDC through which we are sharing this content. Thank you once more. So as Upendraji was mentioning, so every day 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. 1.5 hours. This session will be there. In this session, mostly it will be the speaker who will be speaking. There won't be much opportunity for the participants to interact. There will be some, but there won't be much opportunity to interact and ask questions. So hence, but it's very important to ask the questions and get clarifications. Hence, what we have done is that we have arranged one discussion session in the evening, every day evening, except for the last day, every day evening, 6 to 7 p.m. That is Indian time. 6 to 7 p.m. we have discussion session. We have two parallel tracks in the discussion session. One will be held in Telugu language, another will be held in the English language. So we have different people to handle these tracks. The links for these sessions are already shared in the WhatsApp group, which will be WhatsApp will be our main communication medium. Please be there in the WhatsApp group. So please attend all days very sincerely. So these are the instructions from our side. So this entire workshop will be facilitated. That is, the lectures will be delivered by our founder member. I am also one of the founder members. Srinivas is also one of the founder members. As I said, we are 8 people are there. So this workshop will be facilitated by Suman. So I'll just speak few words about the Suman. So Suman got introduced to this Jeevan Vidya, universal human values, in during his studies in IIIT Hyderabad when he was doing his BTech in 2003. So that means it's more than 15 years back. So as a student, he got introduced to this, which is there in the IIIT Hyderabad as a core subject, in fact. And then immediately it attracted him. So then his journey started, the self-exploration journey started. He has been trying to understand these things and explore these things and study them much deeper and live. So after his graduation, he worked in this Motorola Hyderabad company, so where he did really well, even won an award called Community Outreach Award. So as a company, apart from working, he used to volunteer to few things and then work as a part of the team and created quite a few new things there. And the company was very happy and given him this award called Community Outreach Award. And during that process, and after that, a few more years also, so he facilitated this Jeevan Vidya workshops, UHV, Universal Human Values workshop, several times in the IIIT and outside, and particularly for the IIIT students in the form of a group discussions in which he introduced several activities so that it's made more fun and involving and then self-reflective for the students. And around the same time, this was introduced to all the degree colleges. Basically, the BSc, BA become these degree colleges in the Andhra Pradesh. So before the bifurcation of the state, so United Andhra Pradesh. So in that also he played an important role. So he coordinated that effort, and he also took several workshops in that mission. So. And then he moved to Qualcomm, a Qualcomm company in the Hyderabad. He worked there, and after that, now he moved to this Bosch company, all of you, Bosch company in the USA. So he now lives in both. He now lives in Detroit. So he has a wife and two children. So he works for the software company, but this remains his passion. The value education, the human values remains his passion, which is the same for all our four founding members. And with that passion, he's taking his personal time out. It is night time for him, right? Is taking time out and doing these sessions. So I request all of you to participate very, very sincerely. If there are any questions, we'll take it in the WhatsApp. Again, let me repeat, 7 to 8:30 a.m. It's a lecture session. Every day, 6 to 7 p.m. we have a discussion or the interactive session in 2 tracks, one in Telugu, one in English. Thank you everyone. Now I request Suman to take over and start the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hari Garu, for the kind introduction, and good evening, good morning, wherever you are in whichever part of the world. So greetings to all of you and thank you for joining this session on Universal Human Values and Jeevan Vidya. I hope you're all staying safe. It is lockdown time and we are all trying to stay safe. At the same time, this lockdown has given opportunities to attend these kind of courses and given some more time to spend with family. So let's make good use of this opportunities, and let's see if we'll try our best to provide this valuable workshop to you. And our sincere request is to, like everybody has mentioned, attend all the 10 days and get to know the complete picture. So with that brief introduction, a couple of, again, I think there are requests to mute the video, so please switch off your videos since it is a kind of a mostly one-way or a chat window-based interaction. So please switch off your videos and mute yourself so that everybody can listen to this session clearly. Okay, so let's get into the workshop. So values, when we talk about values, universal human values, so we have heard this word quite some. I mean, we have been hearing about the word values, living with a life of values, and human values, etc., all through our life. But let's try to start with understanding what exactly this word means briefly, and then we will go into further discussions. So I hope you're all able to see the blackboard that I'm writing on. I will be using this board for interacting, for presenting whatever I wanted to. And I hope you're all able to see. And if you want, you could even pin to that so that it doesn't change. Okay, so what is a value? So what is value? Let's start with this understanding the word of value itself. So value, when we see this word, what it means is the participation of anything in a larger order. For example, if we take a pen, what is the value of a pen? You can, when I ask questions, you can write your responses in the chat window. I will be monitoring the chat window for your answers. So please feel free to give your responses in the chat window when I ask for your participation. So what is the value of a pen? So the value of a pen is that it can write, right? In the context of, for example, a paper or a board or something. So we need this larger order to even enable this participation of pen with the paper. Similarly, what is the value of water? Can you tell it in the chat window? What is the value of water? What is the value of 1 liter water, let's say? Beyond the cost, usefulness, glass quenches thirst, nourishes, good, yeah. So it quenches thirst when it is in the context of a human being, right? For human beings or animals, it quenches thirst. Whereas the same water, when its place changes, let's say for water in the context of a plant, right? What is it doing here? It is maybe nurturing of the plant. It's almost like quenching the thirst itself, but a slightly different role, right? Similarly, water, when it is in a dam, what is the role of water when it is in a big dam? So in the context of a dam, we use the potential energy, like for example, to generate the electricity, right? So its value basically is always determined. Any object for that matter, the value of any object is determined by the participation in a larger order. So the larger order, for example, human beings, plants, dams. So the water, it could be like in the potential energy we use to convert it to kinetic energy and then generate electricity. That's the principle we use, right? So every context, the value of water is changing. Definitely the value of water is not that 20 rupees or 30 rupees on the bottle. Right. Similarly, now the question. So based on this, so what is the value of a human being? That's the question that comes up. And the value of a human being, that is the value of my value, again depends on the context I'm talking about. Right. So let's say I am in a classroom. That's the context. So what is the value I can exhibit? What is my participation in a classroom? Right. So let's say my participation is sincerity. That's my value in a classroom. Similarly, what is the value of a human being? Let's say in the context of a parent-child relationship. Right. We care for the child or guide the child. These are the values I would exhibit as a human being, as a parent in the context of a child. Right. Similarly, what are the values of this same human being, let's say in the context of an office environment or corporate environment or office work environment? The values would again be like cooperation, contribution, teamwork. These are the values that we would want to exhibit. These are the values that, as a human being, I wish to participate with in the different. So, based on the context, different contexts that we are living in, we have different values that we are participating with. So, this question that what is my value? Okay, this human being is a generic term, but what is my value? This is a question we can all ask ourselves. So when in every place that I am in, so starting from in the morning till the night, we go to different contexts, right? I am with myself. I go and I'm in the home, for example. So I'm interacting with my family members. So what am I exhibiting there in that participation? Then I go onto the road. I interact with an auto wala or a bus wala or somebody else. What are the values I'm exhibiting there? Then I go to my office environment. What are the values I'm exhibiting there? So my value is in every context we can look at it. What is my value now? What is my value now? I'm talking to somebody, a friend. So let's say he's in some issue or something. So what is my value there in that interaction? We can look at that. So this question we can ask ourselves and find out what is my role in that situation or context, and I can know what is my value. So when somebody shouts at me, if I shout back, what is the value that I'm adding, versus instead of shouting, is there anything else that I can do to add value to that relationship? That's a question we can ask ourselves. Similarly, when a child is doing something in the home, what is my participation with the child becomes my value. So living with these values is actually in every context, what is my participation in different contexts becomes my values. So right. So yeah, the values, we will explore what our values are. It's for each one of us, our participation will be different. So when somebody shouts at me or somebody shouts at somebody else, the responses are completely different. So depending on our value system, we respond differently, right? So for each one of us, it's a question for each of us, depending on what we have, our upbringing is, what we have gone through in life, and what we have learned from our teachers or various things. We have a set of assumptions, beliefs, and values already in us. So we can identify those values. So anyway, this whole workshop is basically that exploration into ourselves to identify what I am right now, and then move to what I wish to be, right? So with that brief introduction about a value, let me ask one question to all of you. How do we what is my imagination of a beautiful world? We all want this world to be a wonderful place. We all want to be, happy and etc. So what is that imagination? You all would have some form of imagination in running in you of that, beautiful world. Can you briefly describe that for me? I will write it down here. I'll call it a beautiful world. Okay. So can you give that imagination that you have? What does it look like? Okay, peace. There is peace, harmony, clean. I will write all these things. Okay, harmony, clean, love. Okay, peace of mind, happiness. Vasudaika Kutumbam, yes, world family, let me call it. World family, natural beauty, so let me call it nature, happy, prosperous, a world with love and affinity, yes, love we have written, and affection, let me call affinity, affection. And harmony, okay, a lot of harmonies. Nice. Happiness, respect. There is respect amongst people. Prosperity, being with loved ones. With loved ones. Help others. Service. Okay. Expression, good human relations. Good relationships. World has a happy family. Empathy, healthy. Nice. Empathy, healthy. All people working with happiness, mutual support, acceptance, help and grow. Equality. Okay. Each living being cooperate and live with the other human beings and nature. Nice. Health, prosperity, holistic growth. Work. Okay, work is new. Happy family, community and world. There is trust. Acceptance, no greed. Okay. Conscious, selfless. Okay. Bhakti, oneness. Oh. Let's fill this board and then we'll stop there. Oneness, not being ego, should exist. Equality, to dissolve into the universe. Dissolve. Confidence. Yes. Diversity and inclusion. Kindly mute yourself so that you don't disturb others. Gratitude. Collaboration. Understanding, meaningful. Able to help, cooperation, world without corona. Okay. No corona. Corona. Okay. Care and support, value, worried. Okay. I think a lot of no poverty. So let's see justice, compassion, unity, mutual respect, purpose, with a purpose. Yeah, I think we filled it up, but basically we have covered pretty much all of it. I think there is most of the new inputs are kind of repetitive. So I think we covered the big picture that we want a happy world, we want a peaceful world, which is like prosperous. All facilities are available. There is affection, there is trust and respect for one another, and then there is greenery, that is like with the nature everybody is living in harmony. There is respect for nature and mutual exchange between the nature and human beings. And then there is talk about being healthy, there is meaningful life. So yeah, this is a very nice description of what kind of a world we want and what kind of people we want to be. Both are covered in this. As individuals, we want to be peaceful with trust and respect, etc. As well as the world also. We want it to be clean. There is equality, respect, justice everywhere. And then also nature, like we want nature also to be green and preserved. So that is all covered. Very nice. So now let's briefly write about what it is today. So let me call it today's world. So now can you please give inputs on what it is like today? Exploitation, corona. Okay. Corona, exploitation, stressful, violence, self-centered, selfish, ego, arrogant, anxious, corruption, indiscipline, greed, competition, greedy, not eco-friendly and not eco-friendly, struggle, love, terrorism, full of corruption, competition, overstressed, frustration, poverty, unhappiness, intolerance, destruction, everybody known, real relationship, competitive, work, no respect for women, disrespect, loneliness, imbalance, disharmony, unhealthy, profit oriented, no values, cruelty, indiscipline, mistrust, peer pressure, no value to money, discrimination, reality of relationships, so not good relationships, let me write. Backstabbing. Okay, I think we filled it. Thank you for all your inputs. Okay, lot more is there, hypocrisy, like that. Okay, so yes, so we have done a good assessment of what kind of a world we are imagining, which is like harmonious, peaceful, happy, healthy, and with a just society with good nature around us. Whereas in the current world, we see that there is so much of exploitation, stress, violence, selfishness. The relationships are bad. There is injustice in society. There is so much of exploitation in society and also exploitation of nature. And we don't know how to interact with nature, and hence things like corona. It's unhealthy, disrespect for women, lonely, peer pressure. So there are so many issues at so many levels of in this world, like in society, in nature, in family, etc. So I would like to ask you, what is the gap between these two worlds? So everything that we do, like from morning, from when we get up till we sleep, everybody wants to be happy, right? Is there anybody in this world who doesn't want to be happy? So everybody, all 125, 150 people here have given the input that we want a world like this on the left side. Whereas we are everything, and whatever we do, every small thing that we do in our life is to achieve this world on the left side for ourselves and for the society. There is, I mean, nobody goes out to become unhappy today. We all want to be happy. The moment we get up till we sleep, every activity, every small task, every small effort that we put in is basically to create this world on the left side. But it is ending up on the right side. So I want to be in a happy relationship with my spouse, but I end up becoming creating a stressed relationship. I want to be in a good relationship with my children, for example, and I end up being in disturbance with the kids. There is disrespect or some exploitation or something is happening. Similarly, at work, I go with the hope that I want to be a nice contributing individual, and happy and come back with satisfaction. Whereas I come back feeling undervalued, I come back feeling disrespected, or there is so many kinds of relationships issues. At the same time, in the self, so everything I do is for me to be happy, me and my family and my surroundings to be happy, right? Whereas I see that there is loneliness, there is stress, there is arrogance, there is disharmony within me, and there is indiscipline. All kinds of things are there within myself. Similarly, the relationships are also strained, and the health is also not good. There are a lot of health issues, and then there are a lot of issues in society. So with all these efforts, what is going wrong? What gap? So my question to you is, if I want to bridge this gap from today's world to this beautiful world, what can we do? Actions missing collectively. No one thinks about others. We are confused, directionless. Parents. Everyone wants to be happy. Left side is still existing, but we all filling ourselves with the right side. Okay. Right. Mind is disorganized. Nice. Change, self, rest of us. Okay, let me ask you this question. Can a lot of facilities bridge this gap? A lot of money and facilities. If we have, let's say, infinite amount of money and facilities, can we move from today's world to the left side world? Okay, looks like a unanimous no. Okay. So you're all saying that money cannot bring this beautiful world to us, which is harmonious and peaceful, right? Yeah, we all see that also in our day-to-day lives. For example, health issues, or for that matter, there are so many people who are already having a lot of money in their lives, but that doesn't mean they're happy. Unfortunately, they're not. In fact, it can create more problems often. So facilities or money is not going to bring this beautiful world to us, not for myself, nor at the society level also. So next question to you all is, I mean, we can take other examples also, like health, for example. I mean, I was studying some surveys recently that so many people in the software industry have severe, orthopedic and bone-related issues, back pain-related issues, stress-related issues. So any kind of facilities, already the best chairs are provided, the best environment for work is provided, all facilities are provided. But what's going on in the mind is what is in the head. If it is not resolved, then any amount of facilities cannot bring that health to the individuals, right? Similarly, constipation. It's known that there is a report that says 25 to 30% of individuals in the whole world actually have constipation, and in different regions it's even more. Some regions it's more. So it's a lifestyle related thing, right? So any amount of money and facilities will not solve these kinds of discipline or lifestyle related issues. Okay, next, what about money? Okay, money and facilities, you said, is a question mark, cannot do that. What about rules, regulations, constitution, rules, regulations, more rules, better laws, better constitution, changes in the can that help us move from today's world to this world we are imagining, all of us, a happy world? can better laws or better rules and regulations help move? So to an extent it will help, maybe little, not completely. Communication should be filled with human values. Rules cannot help much. Okay. So the rules are also not guaranteed that we all have so many rules already, but unfortunately nobody follows them. So how many ever rules we keep framing, unless people understand those rules and follow them, we will never be able to reach this world again. Like we see that, for example, a very simple thing like a traffic light, a red light, if we don't stop, that's a rule that everybody is supposed to follow. And actually 40, I was again another statistic, some 40% of the crashes are apparently because of red light violation. So, I mean, what can rules are guidelines which are there to help us navigate as a society. But unless we as individuals follow them, we won't. I mean, those are not of much use, right? All right. So my proposal. So okay, the word proposal brings me to a very important aspect in this whole workshop. So in this workshop, everything that we are going to put in front of you is a proposal. Okay, nothing is a this is how it is or this is not how it is. Do this or don't do that. That's not this workshop. This workshop is about completely exploring by yourselves, right? All this while we have been kind of listening to inputs from everywhere. But unless we evaluate something on ourselves, on our own right, that is self-evaluation, unless we do, it doesn't become part of us, right? So this is a very important thing to remember in this whole workshop is all the proposals, whatever we are putting in front of you are proposals. Please reflect upon them. And if you have questions, you can ask them in the discussion sessions and we can discuss them. But ultimately, it is you who will have to decide whether that proposal is something you want to integrate into life, whether it is universal, whether it is enabling human values in you and in your life or not. That is, you are the best judge for that. Okay. So everything is a proposal. So the first main proposal I want to put in front of you is that to bridge this gap from where we are to where we want to be. So the thing that we need is right understanding. Okay. This is what is required to move from where we are, not just as a society, but also as individuals, from where we are right now to this world that we all are imagining. What exactly is this right understanding? And understanding about what? These are the kind of questions you may be getting when I'm saying this. Right? Right understanding. So right understanding about actually everything. Wherever we are part of, we need to have a good understanding of that. So what are we part of? So for example, I am with myself. I live with myself. My thoughts, my desires, my imaginations, these are all living with myself, right? And then I live with my body. I take care of my body. I clean it. I nurture it. I feed it. So I am interacting with my body. And then the next thing is family. After me comes my family. So I'm continuously in interaction with my family. So I need to understand the human relationships. What are the human relationships? How can I fulfill them properly? And how can these relationships be very beautiful? I need to understand that. And then I need to understand what is this society, a group of individuals? How can I be properly a part of this society? I need understanding about that. And then if you go to one step bigger, that is nature. So I am part of this very large thing called nature, we as human beings. And I need to understand how I can be a part of this nature. So I need to understand from the smallest thing, that is myself, to the largest thing, that is nature, all the way. And like we said, the values, my participation in all these levels of living matters. And if I understand well, then I can participate well. So for example, take any example of the issues on the right side. Right? For example, let's take competition, or let's take the health issues we were talking about. So if I understand what my body is, how it functions, and how I can keep it healthy, then I can get over this issue of unhealthiness. I can keep it healthy, and I can help others also in my family keep their bodies healthy. But for that, I need understanding of the of that knowledge about how to keep it healthy, me and my relationship with my body. Without that understanding, I can never be able to reach this state of health, right? And then similarly, we will I will change. I will go to a new slide. I'm just finishing the writing on this. Let's understand what this right understanding is. So then similarly, exploitation. So unless I understand my relationship with this society and how I'm going to interact with the society, I would want to exploit. I mean, exploitation is what, like, for example, grabbing all the resources and keeping with myself and not sharing with others. That is exploitation. So unless I understand my relationship properly with the society, I have a good understanding, then obviously I don't know what to do. I will just keep hoarding. Similarly, these issues of ego, arrogance, these are all issues in the human-human relationship. So if I have a good understanding of human-human relationship, I can get around these, I can get past these issues. Similarly, not eco-friendliness we saw, and corona, because we don't know what nature is, we didn't understand how it functions, and we don't know how to interact with it, so we keep doing whatever we want to. And then all these issues like corona and not being eco-friendliness, pollution, all this will come into picture. So pollution is pretty much a very simple thing. Like nature absorbs the waste from us at a particular rate. For example, smoke or anything, it is already absorbing. But if you are producing at a rate which is faster than it can absorb, then automatically it will lead into pollution. Right? So finally, we need understanding about various things. So let's list that down. So to reach, so this is the proposal number 1, that so we need right understanding of various levels I live in. What are the various levels I live in? First thing is myself. That is me and my body. That's myself. And then the next level, if we go, is family. That is human-human relationships. And then society. Me as a part of the society. And then the next level in which I live in is nature. Right? Me and nature. So if I didn't do any magic here, this is just the smallest unit, that is me, till the largest unit, nature. So we just expanded from the smallest. So you could ask where would work come under? So work is kind of human relationships only. Pretty much we are all human beings working together trying to achieve, so even the workplace. So you see for yourself from every day, we are part of one of these levels of living. Or any time, any moment you take, we are part of one of these levels. right? So we wake up in the morning. So at that moment, let's say I'm with myself. So I'm deciding, should I get up now? Okay, let me sleep for some more time. I just don't want to get up. So I'm talking to myself there. I'm just interacting with myself. What is my purpose to? I mean, if there is something very interesting to do that day, I usually get up. Or otherwise, if you're, okay, I think the sharing is just a second. Yeah, please don't use that present button, because if you do that, then the sharing will be lost. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So I am with myself. So the moment I wake up, I'm thinking, okay, whether should I wake up now? Can I sleep for some more time? Is there anything urgent? So I am with myself at that point. Then I start cleaning my body and whatever is required for my body. So I'm interacting with my body there. Then I walk into relationships, me, my family, my spouse, my kids, parents, or any other people whom I'm living with. So I get into the level of human relationships, right? Then I go out into the society. I interact with um, people on the road, in the bus, or somewhere else. So I go to office. So I'm interacting with more people, society at large. And then at the same time also, I'm interacting with nature continuously. So, sorry. We interact with, like for example, when I'm brushing, I'm interacting with nature. The toothbrush, the toothpaste, the water that I use, everything is nature. So continuously I'm interacting with nature. The road I walk on, the air I breathe, all that is nature. So I am continuously in interaction with various levels in my living. And if I don't understand well any of these levels, this will cause issues. So if I don't understand myself well, what my aspirations are, what my goals are, what my direction is today, and what's the purpose, then I will feel some kind of loneliness, boredom, depression, etc. Similarly, if I don't understand my relationship with my body, then I cannot keep it healthy properly. I don't take that responsibility well. And then family. This is the most critical part. Most of our head is occupied with either issues in the family or in the relationships. So if you don't understand human relationships, then this will be a point of concern. So these are the various levels, and this whole workshop, what you might be wondering, what are we going to talk in these 10 days? What 10 days is a lot of time. What are we going to talk? So you will see that we are going to talk about all these levels. So we'll start with myself. What is me? What is myself? Where are my thoughts coming from? What are the desires? How does this whole thing work? And then what is me and my body? Is it not the same? Are these two different things? And then human relationships, like what are the feelings, trust, what is respect, what is affection, what is care and guidance. I need to understand what trust is, what respect is. Today everything is disrespect, everything is discrimination. I need to understand what respect is. And similarly, society, what is required in society, what kind of systems are required, and what are there right now, what's missing. Similarly, nature, how does nature even function? Is what is that balance that is maintained, and how can I interact with that balance? So all these we will be talking in these 10 days, right? So that's the content of this slide is actually telling the course of these 10 days. We will be understanding in great detail and depth about each of these levels of living, and then exploring about ourselves. So who is interacting with the family? I am interacting with the family. Who is interacting with the society? I am interacting with the society. Who is interacting with nature? It's me. So first I'll focus on understanding myself, and then I will understand my relationship with all these dimensions. So basically, I'm understanding myself and my relationship with the whole rest of the nature. Okay, in this whole process of exploration, there is one very important thing that we need to consider. Like I said earlier, this is not a do's and don'ts course. This is not a course of where we are saying this is right and this is wrong. You are the ultimate judge, and not even just in this workshop, but even in life otherwise also. You are the judge for your every decision. You are making decisions, right? In this decision making process, you you need to verify for yourself whether this is good for you or not. So here I'm going to talk about a process of self verification. So anything that we talk about in this workshop or outside, I request you all to please use this process. This is a tool. This is a tool of self-verification to determine whether whatever that proposal is, whether it is good for you or not, right? So any proposal that we take, we're talking about this tool. So we will be using this tool extensively in. So every proposal, first thing is it should be naturally acceptable. So what is this naturally acceptable? Is it the same for me and others? Is it not the same? So we'll come to that. So natural acceptance actually is something that is innate within each of us and is constantly telling this is good and this is right and this is not right. Okay, but it's up to us whether we are listening to it or not is something under question. But for each human being, this natural acceptance is there. So we have to try to access that. So for example, I'm sitting here and let's say I'm thinking that about how to take revenge for somebody. Okay, the very thought of somebody did something to me and I'm just trying to think about how to take revenge. The very thought of taking revenge itself is actually causing discomfort in each of us. We can observe within ourselves. So where is that discomfort coming from within? Because there is this inside, this innate human nature in each of us, which is continuously telling, okay, this is not harmonious, this is harmonious, this is harmonious, this is not harmonious. But whether we have the ability to listen to it or not is something we have to cultivate. We have to develop that ability to listen to this. Okay, as of now, let's say I don't have this. So what else? So we put extra checks. First is it should be naturally acceptable. Second thing is when when living according to this proposal in relationships, that is in human relationships, it should lead to mutual happiness. This proposal. Otherwise, the worth of this proposal is under question. Similarly, in interaction with nature, it should lead to mutual prosperity. Both should be ensured. None of this should be disturbed. Right? First, it should be naturally acceptable to me. Then, when I actually go and live according to it, in relationships, it should lead to mutual happiness. And in interaction with nature, it should lead to mutual prosperity. If any of these are violated, then my proposal is under question mark. If all these are met, then it will lead to a realization and then understanding. This understanding is the right understanding that we were talking about. This ultimately, finally, after all these filtrations and all the steps and actually living according to it, and it is leading to mutual happiness all the time and mutual prosperity all the time, then it becomes part of my understanding. Otherwise, I'm not sure about it. Similarly, there's another test of universality. That is, it is independent of time, space, individual. We'll take a couple of examples to understand this whole tool, because it's a very complex and a complicated tool. But once we start using it with a few examples, it will be very easy to apply. Everything that we do, every thought that we have, every belief we have, every assumption that we have, and every act that we want to do, decision that we want to take, we can run it with this tool, and it will help us take these decisions whether they are going to cause harmony or disharmony within us and outside us. And similarly, when we are doing all this, we are not going by scriptures, or not because some person said it, or not because some instruments or measurements said that. Okay, now time for an example. Let's take one example. So the proposal, something like respect elders. This is a proposal. This we have been hearing as children from all the way when we were kids till, respect elders. All right, now let's run this self-verification tool for this proposal. Naturally acceptable. Yes, respecting elders, I don't see any discomfort within me, so it looks naturally acceptable. Then, when I live according to it in relationships, so in relationships here means all relationships. Let me add that also. In all relationships. So with elders, when we are treating them with respect, it will be all nice, mutual happiness, everything will be good. But what about the younger ones? It's not mentioned in that proposal. They are not saying about exploiting or abusing. But if you start doing that, and if you don't respect the younger ones, do you think that will lead to mutual happiness with the younger ones? No. So that proposal is under doubt now. That respect elders is either incomplete or incorrect. So now let's do this. Respect everybody. I actually with nature also, yeah, there is respect is not related to at least the word we are not using in the sense with respect to nature. So mutual prosperity is also ensured. We are not disturbing that. Now respect everybody. Respect all human beings. Let's take this proposal. Is it naturally acceptable to you? Yes. In all relationships, when I live according to that, that is when I go in my life and live according to it. That is, I respect everybody whom I meet and respect them as human beings. In all relationships, does it lead to mutual happiness? Yes, everybody is happy. I mean, we all want to be respected. We all want to be trusted. So we feel comfortable when somebody respects us. So the mutual happiness is ensured. And in nature, we are not disturbing anything. And universality. So respect everybody. Is this acceptable today? Sorry, tomorrow, 100 years later, or even in the past? Yes, it is independent of time. Today, tomorrow, every day we want to be respected. Space. So that is location. So in US, in India, in Australia, everywhere we want to be respected. So it's independent of time, space, and individual. So every human being, whether it is black, white, Hindu, Muslim, any religion or any caste or any creed or any race, everybody wants to be respected. So it's independent of individuals. So this proposal that, respect everyone then becomes, when I actually live according to it, I see that it is leading to comfortable relationships, and it becomes part of my understanding. Any other proposals which are not leading to these kind of things will be under question mark. So we have to be cautious about those. Let's take another example. This is a proposal, let's say, to a student. You need to come first in the class. Right? That's the proposal that was given. Is it naturally acceptable? Not sure, not very clear. Let's give benefit of doubt here. Then when I live according to it in relationships, so when I need to come first in the class, how is my relationships when I'm taking it very seriously that I need to come first in the class? How is my relationships with the rest of the class? Will I be in a cooperative mode, or will I be in a competitive mode, not cooperating with others, not showing my, how to solve something, or may not want to share my knowledge? So this mutual happiness is under question at that point of time, right? So this proposal, and also again universality, time, space, individuals, it doesn't seem to be something that is universal also, that come first in the class thing. Whereas, okay, let's change that proposal to, you need to understand the subject well when you are in that course or class. So then naturally acceptable, again, let's say we are not sure. Then we come here. Then we live according to it. Will it lead to cooperative relationships with the students in the class? I need to understand. I will understand. And also, there is nothing stopping me from sharing with others. So I will help others also understand. In the process of helping others understand, I will understand better. So my relationships will be much better and leading to mutual happiness. When I say that, and the proposal is understand the subject well. Whereas come first in the class is not a proposal that would lead that doesn't seem to lead to mutual happiness. So this process of self-verification is something we are doing by ourselves. So again, we have to write on our own right. We are doing it. We are looking into ourselves and seeing whether this is good or not, acceptable to me or not. And this natural acceptance is something that we may not be able to access it as of today directly, but it is there in each human being, in every human being. This is there deep within, which is the kind of a compass which will be telling us whether this is a right proposal or a wrong proposal. But we may not be accessing it directly as of today, but eventually as we evolve, we may be able to access it directly. So this is the tool of self-verification. So using this tool, all the proposals in this workshop and even otherwise, so let's say somebody comes and says a proposal, dude, why don't you have this smoke? It will give you a good feeling. 1 second, is it still sharing? Sorry, let me initiate the sharing again. Yeah, yes, we'll be sharing the slides that are being written, but ideally it's best if you write in your own words what you are able to get from this also. That will be useful. So what we saw that, okay, we were going to take another proposal, right? All right, so somebody comes and says that, smoke and you'll feel that good rush and all that. There's some proposal like that. Then is it naturally acceptable to me? I don't know. My friend is saying maybe it looks like acceptable to me. When I live according to it in relationships, with all relationships, is it going to be good if I start smoking? Not sure. Because my friend said maybe the relationship with the friend will be fine, but what about the relationships with others in the family, etc.? I'm not sure. Similarly with nature, my body is also part of nature. So with nature, definitely it will not lead to mutual prosperity. I mean, my body will not be comfortable doing that. So that proposal of smoke and you'll have a good time, that is under question mark. And again, it's not universal. That's time, space, individual. So this we can apply to every act that we are doing, whether it is naturally acceptable to me or not naturally acceptable to me. And when I live according to it, whether it will lead to mutual happiness and prosperity or not. So, I mean, when things are all good, like it is naturally, these are the values, these are universal human values. So what comes out of this whole verification process on my own right is finally the values, the understanding that we are building is the values, universal human values will eventually come out of this verification process. And this is a process we need to get used to. At every moment in life, we can keep doing this. So I go out now today and somebody says something. So how do I respond? Whether I'm causing mutual happiness or not. Whether what I'm taking, my decisions. Let's say I'm going out and having my lunch. So what I'm eating, whether it is causing health to my body or damaging my body. So, and in my relationships, whether it is causing mutual happiness or not. So I can keep looking into these at every moment of my life and try to make this a part of my thinking process. We are going to use this extensively in the next 9 days, where we are going to evaluate all the proposals that we are putting in front of you. So to summarize, we saw that right understanding is required to move from where we are today, in a world of issues, to a world where there is peace and harmony and prosperity. So a right understanding is required, and this right understanding is required about what? So we need right understanding about myself, about family, about my human relationships, about my relationship with my body, about my relationship with society, and about my relationship with nature. So I need to have right understanding about all these levels, because I live in all these levels every day, and day in and day out. Without right understanding about any level, it will cause issues in that level. So if I don't have right understanding, if I'm operating in one level, the other levels will cause issues, right? So so we have to. The goal is building this right understanding, and in the process of building this right understanding, we have a tool called the self-verification tool, which we are going to use to see whether what I am living by, whether my beliefs and my assumptions and my desires, they are whether naturally acceptable or whether they are not naturally acceptable. We will use this verification tool to go through that. Okay, so we can take one or two questions. We have only 3 minutes left, but evening discussion session, 6 to 7 p.m. Please make use of that, because we have a lot of content. We'll be mostly delivering that content in the morning, and in the evening, all your questions and clarifications, we'll have most of our team available for doing those question answering and clarification. So please join those. So again, two tracks will be there, Telugu and English. Depending on your language of your comfort, you can either join the Telugu group or the English group, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Definitely please to join. And one or two questions we can take. If you have, you can unmute and ask.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Am I audible? I am Prabhakar from Mumbai.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. See, my question is that very beautifully explained. I thoroughly enjoyed your presentation. My question is, see, fundamentally, we all know what is needed. We all know what we want. But, for example, I'll state an example. We want to go for a morning walk every day because you stay healthy that way. But it won't happen. It won't happen. You know that when you really want to get up in the morning, but you somehow it says that no, you mean some kind of excuse comes to your mind saying that you worked hard yesterday or probably you slept late, whatever it is, you don't end up going for a walk. See, you know what you want to do, but you don't end up doing that, right?
Yes,
Your proposal is fine. You go through the tool part of it, but when it comes to the implementation aspect of it, certain things which are very obvious, which are very clear, they don't get done. Why? I mean, that is a kind of dilemma is there. Yeah. This is a question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. One very valid point actually, and that's what we all feel also. That I know that I need to keep my body healthy. I know that relationships need to be mutually fulfilling, and I know that I want to be in peace and all that. But why am I not able to do that? So whatever we are saying as understanding. So let's say we have three different things: information, knowledge, and understanding. So we may know that, okay, I need to go for a walk to keep my body healthy, or I need to do some kind of exercise to keep my body healthy. But knowing is not the same thing as understanding. Okay, and information is definitely even at a lower level, where I just briefly know about it. I don't even completely. So, for example, whatever I'm drawing is just information. Then the knowledge becomes that yes, this is a bird. Understanding is what is this bird, how it behaves, and The whole, the aspect of the whole relationship around the bird becomes my understanding. So what I'm saying is this information that I need to wake up in the morning and go for a walk is just at the knowledge level or information level, but it is not part of my understanding. So this understanding, when it reaches the level of understanding, it is irreversible. It is permanent. There is no alternative. And to reach this level, how can we reach this level, or from the level of knowledge or information? Then that is again the process of the self-verification. So when I'm waking up, I'm doing something else, and after 1 week my body feels lazy or unhealthy. At least I need to be aware of it. As of today, whether I'm aware of myself or not is the question that comes into this. So as long as I'm not aware of what is going on, I've never paid attention within myself, whether because I did not go to the walk that day or walk all through this week, this current state of my body is because of all that. I haven't paid attention to all those aspects. So I need to pay attention to the fact that what am I supposed to do today? What am I doing? Whether it is going to lead to mutual happiness or mutual prosperity, because like mutual prosperity is health of the body, is mutual prosperity. If what I am doing is not going to lead to mutual prosperity, at least I need to be aware of it. Okay, I'm not going for a walk today. I'm not eating healthy food today. I'm eating something which is going to cause a lot of gas in my tummy. So I should be I'm prepared for whatever is going to come in the future. Right? But just knowing that, okay, we should eat healthy stuff, whether it's not experiential yet. It is just information at the level of, okay, if you do this, you'll be happy. If you do this, you can be healthy. This is all information. So to make it as experience, that's why we are saying on the basis of your own right, we have to do this, not because somebody said it. Somebody said that if you go for a walk, you'll be healthy, but I didn't verify it for myself. Or somewhere it is written in the scriptures or in the books or in some instruments saying that this is what you should do. This is all information. We have a lot of information within us, but I have not verified it on my own right. Until and unless I do this, it can never be part of my understanding. When I start living according to these, when I'm living and deciding this is good for me and this is not good for me, then it becomes part of my my understanding. Right. So, for example, in the chat window also, Sri Devi mentioned one example. So, the child is brushing the teeth. We are telling the child, brush your teeth every day in the morning for years together. We are telling. That's the knowledge that I know. If you ask the child whether you should brush your teeth or not, he say, yeah, we have to brush our teeth. But he or she won't. Why? Because it's just an information. It hasn't become part of his or her understanding that I need to brush my teeth. Otherwise, these are the consequences. It's not part of the experience yet. So, if it has to become the part of the experience, I need to be aware of what proposals I am currently living by and whether they are leading to mutual happiness or mutual prosperity or not. And then if they are not, then what are the better proposals that I need to live by? And even when I'm experimenting with those, it will take time to reach a state of permanent understanding when there is no alternative. I have already experimented, found out and decided for myself that this is the way to live for me to be comfortable. If I don't, then I'm going to be in trouble. Let's say, for example, somebody has not behaved well with me. If I go into the revenge mode, I am bound to be unhappy. This I have experienced over a period of time by experimenting, by doing it, not doing it, all kinds of things. And I have concluded that revenge is not the way of my response. Then that is part of my understanding that irrespective of the other's behavior, my behavior cannot be determined by others' behavior. That if it becomes part of my, it gets internalized and my behavior and my living is according to that, then it is part of my understanding. Till then, we cannot say that it has become part of my understanding. So I hope I have responded, sir. Maybe we can take up more in detail in the evening because it's like we ran out of the time. But what I'm saying is understanding, once it becomes part of understanding, it is irreversible, permanent, and then there is no alternative also. But until it reaches this state of understanding, there is bound to be changes. Today we will feel that, okay, we'll go today, tomorrow we may not go, today we'll eat healthy things, tomorrow we may not. So we'll do all kinds of fluctuations in our living, until it becomes a permanent understanding that, yes, this is how I need to live if I want to be happy and prosperous, and if I want people around me to be happy and prosperous. So thanks for that question. It's a very nice, valid question. So many more questions would be coming, and they will all be useful and actually help in exploring the content deeper. So please join the discussion session in the evening. And tomorrow we will go into the so what's going to be tomorrow, you all know by now. So we are going to go into myself. So what is this me? We'll go zoom in deeper into myself and try to understand what is understanding myself, what is a human being, and what is inside human being, what all goes on in the head and with body. So we'll see into all those in the coming days. All right, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and see you all tomorrow, and see you all in the discussion session in the evening today. Thank you. Bye. We'll formally end the session here, and see you all tomorrow. Srinivas, okay, sorry, one announcement I need to give is that we will be sending you an activity that you need to do, and some videos also for you to be looking into. So that activity will send over email. Please have a look at it and try to do the activity. It's a reflection activity. You'll have to reflect upon a few things that we are going to send you, and please look into that. And we will take that input and carry forward the session tomorrow. So please try to spend some time and do that activity. We'll be sending it to you over email. Thank you. Bye.